Hi, everyone. Schoolhouse Intuitive. Thanks for tuning in for your weekly reading. This is a reading for all placements of Libra, Libra Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, any placement of Libra. This may resonate. Let's go ahead and get some oracle cards. This reading is for the week of June 16th to about the 22nd. Could find that it resonates for any area of your life, relationships, love, career, money, all that good stuff. All right. Really anything, but only take what resonates. You have free will and final say. Check out the disclaimer. You have compass here, divine guidance. Definitely. All right. So where are we headed, Libra? Libra collective. Conch shell, messages from beyond, communication. Maybe you'll be getting some sort of divine message that sends you on a new direction or confirms that, the direction you're headed is good. All right. Pirate ship, set sail on a new adventure, explore beyond the horizon. All right, maybe you are heading in a new direction. Fix the microphone here. Go. And what else? What else? No. Okay, there's a seahorse and it says no. I get that you may not be feeling super confident about something or assertive in some way. We have shipwreck, so find closure. This is the end of a phase or cycle. Maybe enough's enough with something. Yeah, let's see. All right, let's see. Hopefully you can see those as well as you can from this angle. Let's get some color goddess casting cards. Whoa. We have plum, choices, decisions, options. Yeah, maybe you're wondering, which way should I go with this compass here? Maybe you're asking for divine guidance. Maybe that's why you're at this reading. Hummingbird on that card. There's also rainbow fluorite. Well, it's actually mostly purple, though. It's purple and white. So maybe the fluorite is a stone of wisdom. I do want to say that. So you're getting some sort of wisdom or knowledge regarding the direction of something somewhere, or which way you want to go. It is a week for that. I just did the weekly collective reading on my other channel, and yeah, it's here's the channel, Romantic Mystic Messages, and there was some sort of like revelation kind of energy with this week, as well as like that revelation leading to a new direction or giving like a lot of clarity. So I'm not surprised that now we're seeing this again for Libras. Okay, salmon, obstacles, perseverance, persistence. You may be getting messages from the beyond to go, keep going. Or you may get some sort of message this week that says, yeah, you know what? You're going in the right direction, even though it may seem unconventional to others. There's that bit I want to point out. Okay, we have tulips on this card. So you know how, salmon swim upstream? Well, this may be like you feeling as though you're swimming upstream, or someone may say, hey, you're going the wrong way, and you may say, no, right? With this card, you're going on a new adventure maybe, or you're just, what can feel like a new adventure. What do we have for you? Sage, alchemy, solutions, and wisdom. All right. And it's not on this card, but I'm picking up on intuitively a green dragon or a dragon. Okay, and there's also like a green jade statue here. What else do we have? We're getting something about mint or mint oil, mint leaves, something minty. That card, this one has, I think, plumeria on it. Well, actually, they look like cherry blossoms, but, anyway. We have periwinkle, chilled, frigid, frozen. Okay. So that's interesting. It's under the no. So like no, and then chilled, frigid, frozen. Some kind of energy you may be up against, or someone may accuse you of being, cold on something. And then we have indigo here, discovery, intuition, perception, and that's what's underneath that: shipwreck, find closure, end of a phase or a cycle. Interesting. Libra, Libra, Libra. What do we have? Let's use the Unseen World Tarot. Here's the box. Here's the back of it. It's by Mantis and Yatat Dav. Okay, and I showed you the box because the names are on the back of who created it, and it's a beautiful deck. So I'm not so sure I pronounced the names correctly, though. That's the only thing. Okay, let's see what we have. I'm actually picking up on Snoopy. So, Snoopy. I don't know if that's the name or someone, or other than the cartoon character, or if you're a Snoopy fan or someone in spirit was a Snoopy fan or what. Oh, okay. They just told me snooping too. So all these cards fell out. The two I saw were the Chariot and the Five of Cups. So I did see those. The rest, there are too many. Too many. So with the Chariot, Cancerian energy, these, the horses, well, they're actually Pegasus here in this card, and they are moving. And generally with the Chariot, the Sphinxes aren't moving. It's so that you can have, it's to exercise that, like, you're in charge, you're in control. The Sphinx will move when you say, right? So things will move forward when you say. This is action, success. It's moving forward. It's also having discipline. And this is what's clarifying the compass. So I'm getting, like, you are definitely getting clarity regarding a direction. So this is actually, yeah, this is interesting because it is similar to a reading I did for the other channel. Anyway, Five of Cups, conch shell, messages from beyond, salmon with obstacles, perseverance, persistence, and you have the Five of Cups. Now, the Five of Cups can be a card of grief. It can be a card of, like, having to close some sort of chapter, across a bridge, and really kind of, like, turn around and focus on what's your new path. What's the cups behind you, the opportunities that you do still have, rather than focusing on obstacles or what were disappointments even. All right. And we have the Hierophant. So you now have double five. So you have this Taurus energy here on this card. And the Hierophant, this is what's falling under wisdom and alchemy and solutions. So maybe you yourself are, getting some sort of sage advice, right? The color sage is there. So maybe you're getting some sort of, well, you're sensing something, because I'm picking up on bat spirit. So kind of having to feel your way through something as you explore. And the advice is to keep exploring. You're doing great. Okay, let's see. What else do we have? The Hierophant can have to do with wisdom in some way, teachings, conformity, institution. It's spiritual wisdom. It can have to do with commitment, organization. But I need more information on these cards. You have the King of Cups. So I think whatever you're walking away from, that you're also getting, it's in order to have this King of Cups. It's in order to have whatever that King of Cups energy means for you. It's to have that connection. It's interesting because you have the King of Cups and you have the Shipwreck card, and this is what's that's not what's clarifying this one, but next you have the Shipwreck, and it's like the next phase. It's like cleaning whatever this is up, cleaning that up. But there's a ship that's in the upright with this King of Cups, and you'll notice the nice golden cup here, that Ace of Cups. We were to focus on the two cups standing and that Five of Cups, and now it's like, I think for some of you, you're narrowing down your options too for something. And intention and integrity matters with something. It matters how something happens. The King of Cups, that is a person who would act with integrity, yes, and they're very emotionally balanced and regulated. And this is someone who is generous in spirit, someone who's compassionate, supportive. It's interesting. It's with that Hierophant because they could kind of be the same energy in a way. They definitely work well together. Oh, there's something here too with this King of Cups that's making me think about you imagining or dreaming of like something or someone to love that then you actually bring in with like magician type energy. So I do feel that that's entirely possible here. You have the dragonfly on this card and Saturn, and with Saturn, that can have to do with restrictions, timing, karma, something like the time is up for something. Timing is up. Yeah, it's up. The time's up. That's it. I just looked at the bottom of the deck and you have this Ace of Cups. Now, I just talked about this King of Cups holding an Ace of Cups, and now we have an Ace of Cups on the bottom of the deck. And there are jellyfish here, and they can have to do with like not doing something all on your own. Okay. Something along those lines, like get help when needed. And that can be what this Hierophant and King of Cups are. Sometimes they can be wise leaders, mentors, counselors, that sort of thing, getting guidance. So you are encouraged to get guidance when needed, especially if it does come with, this finding closure or some sort of ending, maybe that you're having a difficult time with, because Five of Cups is here too with that sort of grieving. You have 55 though, and that could be a sign of positive change. Let's clarify. Let's see what else we have for you. All right. You have the Knight of Cups. So this can be someone who really puts their heart into it, and they're not afraid to move towards what they love or who they love. There's that expression, wear your heart on your sleeve. So that's that kind of energy. That's what this is. And I feel like for some of you, you might not be hiding, um, the fact that you're going to go towards what feels best. And there's nothing like to be ashamed of with that. Mm-hmm. Sometimes we're taught, especially men, as boys, they're taught don't show emotion, and for this, it's like kind of like you're looking almost like at your ability to feel as a strength. So that's a good thing. All right, and you have the Page of Swords. So, well, there could be something where you get mixed messages, or you get this energy of like how you're doing the right thing, but you're like going around and around in circles, and like you're having a hard time understanding why. Persevere anyway, persist. There will be obstacles. Those are almost guaranteed. Okay. And you will soar above. I'm getting eagle energy. I get the name Heather too. When I say I'm clairaudient, clairvoyant, clairsentient, claircognizant, all the clairs, and some are stronger than others. So a lot of the times I will hear something, and so I'll say I'm hearing, and so that's all that means. Okay, it's my guides, my third eye open, whatever you want to call it. In fact, on this card, the indigo card, you do have someone's third eye open. Maybe your third eye is opening more, and maybe it's like an end of a phase of you maybe ignoring it or something. But I feel as though you're learning more. And for something with this Page of Swords, like you're hesitating, and it's almost like, well, will this be too hard? Can I do this? And yeah, you can. It might take a little while though. And it's not going to necessarily be quick. Not that you expected it to be, but. And then you have the Six of Pentacles here. Under that, pirate ship set sail on a new adventure. Explore beyond the horizon. Don't be afraid of falling or failing. Okay, I'm getting that intuitively as well. Because we're all here basically in school. Our whole life is like one big school. And so we're constantly learning, evolving, adapting, growing. That's life, right? We're constantly undergoing transformation. And as much as some of us may be sick of it, as we've seen, that seems to be life, right? So Six of Pentacles, not that it's fair, because some people seem to get way more challenges than others. I admit that. But there's the Six of Pentacles. So a topaz, November could mean something. I get with the Six of Pentacles, certainly balance is difficult at times, but you staying in alignment and in your power will certainly help you. You coming up with your own solutions. I mean, that could really feel good. That could really boost your confidence with something. I'm getting Lakewood. I'm hearing Lakewood or something about a lake in the woods. And maybe you're going to a cabin or you're looking at pictures online, even of a lake and woods and even mountains, possibly. But there's like this change of scenery, even that could give you clarity. All right. So if you're wondering, oh, should I go? Should I do that? I wonder if it'll help. It might help. I mean, I find being by water as an intuitive and someone who has a lot of water in their chart too. As much as I have a lot of Libra, I also have a lot of water in my chart, and it's so helpful in healing to be near water, flowing water, or any kind of water. That's where I feel best personally. All right, under the sky, air, and by water, water element. So, all right, Seven of Pentacles now. So it's like taking steps forward. Again, even though there could be hesitation, but it's like knowing that you're going to constantly be assessing anyway as you move forward with something or someone. It's not like you have to make some ultimate final decision right away, right now, all at once, right? It's like give yourself that space and that space really to know that you'll address things as they come up. And you have the Three of Swords here. Yeah, I think there is definitely this like a need to talk, and there's an emotional conversation happening. Okay, so that I do feel that could happen this week. Some sort of something that touches your emotions in some way. It can also be, something that where you feel like you lost, and maybe you feel like you're just not winning right now. But remember, as we see with these phases of the moon on the card, everything comes in phases. Okay, it all comes in phases. And this indigo card, reminds me very much of the High Priestess. And I feel like that's just, that's part of what the High Priestess knows. That sometimes you're more outgoing. Sometimes you need to shut yourself out and kind of go within. Sometimes you want advice, sometimes you don't. Sometimes things are going your way and sometimes they're not. And again, it's not evenly distributed. Life's, ups and downs. It's not. I guess that would take the mystery out of it, right? And the High Priestess enjoys a little mystery. So maybe you're okay not knowing everything, as long as you feel like you're progressing in some way. That's the energy I'm feeling. As long as you feel like you're progressing, it's like you're willing to, keep at something and keep going. Little indications of growth would be great. All right. Let's see what else we have. So it is the end of a phase or a cycle, though. You feel that. Getting some kind of divine message from beyond, guidance, exploring new horizons even. Okay, the Hermit. And yeah, the Hermit, Virgo energy. And this is what you have underneath that divine guidance. So what is so cool is these decks have nothing to do with each other except that I put them on the table today together. And look, there's like a North Star, basically, kind of, and then a North Star. So it's like, circular and round star. And I feel like, again, for some of you, it's like, don't think that you're just spinning your wheels here. You are making progress, even if it doesn't always feel that way. And, as we know with progress, it's not a straight line necessarily. It's zigzags. There are other ways to get to where you want to go. And for a lot of you, this is like, you know, relying on your own intuition. And there is something here about loyalty. I don't always get that with this Hermit card, but there's something here about being loyal and honoring, what you truly want, and maybe one other person or even a pet. There's someone else who you're very loyal to, and it's like there was no budging as far as your loyalty to them, or someone is that way with you. Okay, so yeah, let's see what else we have for you. I'm picking up on polish. Okay, so maybe you're polishing something, or it could also be Polish because they are spelled the same. So I saw the word and heard it, so it can be Polish or polish. And that just means, there's maybe some confirmation there, like, hey, oh my gosh, I think you're talking about my situation because I just polished my shoes or something. I don't know. All right. 8 of Wands and 4 of Wands. Now, there's a stack that came with this, which I'm not taking. Just what I see, what I saw, what fell, and what was on top is what we're getting. So The Four of Wands. This is, oh yeah, okay. I love this. Look at the two kitties. The two kitties. Maybe you have two kitties, but there's two. It's sort of like, I get that you may even be working with someone with regard to your intuition, or maybe you're considering that. That could help you actually, because you do have the jellyfish here. I'm a fan of Ted Andrews, the author of Animals Speak and Other Works, and Ted Andrews would say that jellyfish do have to do with like organization and maybe like cooperation, working together. So yeah, that's, I kind of pick up on that, and I do kind of get the like, oh, well, two heads are better than one. And you have the 1111 card here. See the two wands and the two wands. It looks like an 11 and an 11. So that can be significant as far as the timing of something. Again, it could feel as though something's not happening, but it is happening in divine timing here. You have this 8 of Wands, and that's you getting the momentum and really being able to take off. Something really takes off. You might be getting excited about something, like really feeling momentum. You might be feeling the momentum this week. You might be feeling pulled, but you're going to get that boost you need to move forward. One thing that wants to be conveyed in this reading is that there is this energy of like not knowing what's on the other side of something once you make a change. It's kind of like, and that sounds very simplified. It's actually, there's a little more to it. It's sort of like you never know how great something could be unless you actually free yourself from whatever's weighing you down and like take that chance to explore the new horizons, as it said. To again, there's a bit of like needing to find closure though. It's like, for example, very practical. I like to give practical examples here. Say, there have been plenty of studies that a messy environment, physical environment, desk, office, bedroom, whatever, home, car, can actually really be detrimental to our, ability to think clearly and to our overall well-being and satisfaction, happiness, those sort of things. So basically, you might have cleared something out, or I've heard many people, and I've done it myself, like I finally clear out some clutter and I can't believe how much better it feels. Like the energy just totally changes. And it's one of those things like you can count on that when this change happens, or when you actually are freed of whatever this weight is, whatever the shipwreck was for you in your life, um, once you're free from that, it's going to be unbelievable how much better you feel. And therefore, you're going to have even more opportunities than you have now. But the thing is you can't see them yet because you're still living in that cluttered place. It doesn't have to mean you're living in a cluttered place. It's now I'm talking in metaphors. Okay. Um, it's like, yeah, you couldn't imagine how much freeing, or how better you'd feel once you've left that job or ended that relationship. Like you had no idea because you were still stuck in it. So how could you possibly put yourself in this wonderful energy that is your future while still being stuck in whatever it is? So that's only for those of you who feel stuck. That's it. Okay. I'm not saying you're stuck. I'm not, I feel like very rarely are we truly, truly, totally stuck. But I know that's debatable. But I'm here to offer, inspirational, empowering readings, not, oh, we're stuck in the mud. No, we're not. So um, even though it may feel that way because you're still in it, but when you're not in it, you're going to feel so much better. So that's one of those things. It's like you won't even believe how much better you're going to feel, and how then you'll realize, wow, all these doors did open. It's kind of like, in a way, sometimes we accidentally, unintentionally, block certain opportunities by staying stuck in ones that, not in situations we've outgrown, or even a space, maybe you've outgrown. So let's see what we have for you. Queen of Pentacles. I'm hearing too intuitively, clairaudiently, my, what a difference a year makes. So I don't know, it's obviously it'll vary, and this is not a personal reading, it's general, but fast forward a year, like June 2026, you might be feeling so much different, or so differently than you are now. You might be feeling so differently than you feel now. But again, it's like it's really hard to even feel like that is even a possibility because of right now being so drastically different than where you're headed. All right. So um, the Queen of Pentacles, they have these antlers here, and there's also like a deer behind them, and there's also an owl here. And so your perception, how you're perceiving things matters. And actually, you know what? You have perception right here in this reading. The word perception is actually here. And there's something here about if you perceive something as a loss, then at a loss you shall feel. But if you decide to go about something in a totally different way, um, or do the work to shift perspective even, then the direction that that can take you is like amazing. It's great. It's like there's just something here about you have so much left to discover. Like we don't even know, we can't even imagine how much better something can be. Like it's just, that's what I get here. Take good care of yourself. When I see the Queen of Pentacles, I have to remind you, take good care of yourself. Okay. Whatever that means for you, finding balance, balance it out, take care of your own needs, not just everybody else. Right. And remember, you are resourceful. You have done hard stuff. You can do this, whatever this is. No dream is too big. And you have the Page of Cups. There it is. And there's the dreamer. If there's a card in the Minor Arcana that says dreamer, this is, for me, this is definitely one of them. I just said no dream is too big, and then you get a card where it's like the dreamer. The dreamer in you needs to be allowed to play sometimes. Yeah. So don't be the one who tells yourself you can't do something. Don't be the one who's telling yourself no, or who's shutting down your dream before you've even tried to make something happen. This can be a happy surprise. Could be new love, an invitation. There's definitely sensitivity here. Again, it's sort of like this energy of like almost feeling like something wasn't fair. And I'm getting from spirit, it's like, let that go. Like, I mean, sorry, I'm not trying to tell you what to do. And certainly things are not always that easy. But it's like, if you felt like, and I'm not talking about like losing a person, that's different. Like, I'm not talking about like some major loss. I'm talking about if you felt like you didn't get the right opportunity, or someone took a chance from you, or someone wronged you in some, not a big, like not a huge way, but in some smaller way. It's kind of like you need to thaw out that, like kind of it's, as this card says, chilled, frigid, frozen. There could be this like frigidness where you're like in a no space right now. Like, no, I don't, like, you just have these boundaries perhaps. And it's kind of like, you have to, maybe at least decide to consider opening up again. But yeah, you do you, because I'm not one to talk when it comes to that. I'm kind of like, I've had to learn over time to let things go. So yeah. But I still have people that are not unblocked. They won't ever be. So anyway, you have the Fool card here. Enough about me. You have the Fool card, and so this is after, underneath that shipwreck, find closure. It's like, also you can have this new beginning. And there is, again, loyalty coming back. I just saw a feather too. It could be a feather floating from the sky that you see, you find, or just on the trail or walking or whatever. But it's there. Your passion, something about being passionate, that's going to serve you well. I've said it before, I'm saying it again. You have to feel connected to your work, or it's just it's like not worth it. It feels like, you need a place or a position or a situation, even if it's a relationship. It could be money, career, love, relationships, anything, right? This whole reading can have to do with that. Any of those areas. It's like you, in order to even like really even like have a good attitude about it or be optimistic, as the Fool is optimistic, you have to be invested. Like you have to really care. It can't just be something you do for the sake of doing. It's kind of like you have to feel good doing it, like you're making a difference, maybe, or something along those lines. Because otherwise, interestingly enough, I'm getting some of you feel like you're being like fake if you don't really. Libras have this thing about like the truth, right? And what's fair and just. And so sometimes we have a hard time like wearing the mask that a lot of us do. And sometimes we have to, I guess, in life, right? For certain reasons. I don't know if we don't want to hurt someone's feelings or whatever, but a lot of Libras I know, and myself included, it's kind of like we're pretty direct and like you never have to guess how you stand, like where you stand with us. So I feel like kind of like if any of you are in a job where it doesn't 100% or even most of the percent align, it's almost like you feel like you're living a double life and you're like grossed out by it. I don't know how else to put it, but it's kind of like it's just because you have to sometimes do things you don't want to do doesn't mean you're phony or fake. Okay. But I know that we do not like the phony fake though. That's it's important. You know, the truth is very important to us. To people in general, I think most people like they want the truth. Um, and but sometimes, yeah, it can be tough because like we don't want to. I'm getting this energy overall, like you don't want to hurt somebody's feelings too. So maybe you're trying to let somebody down easy. I don't know, but we'll see. Let's see what else we have. But I love this for you. Ending with this Fool card at the underneath that shipwreck and finding closure, because it's like, yes, the end of a phase, but the beginning of a new cycle altogether. And again, you can't even imagine how much better you're going to feel once this Three of Swords energy clears out. I mean, you have an Ace of Cups right behind it. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yep. New beginning there. Wow. Okay. All right. No one's saying it's going to be easy, though. I do see some, like the obstacles here, but all of these cards, I mean, none of these are actually saying there's anything blocking except for that like one thing that hasn't been healed or that one thing that you're saying you can't do. Or maybe, again, it may not be your reading or might not be your message, that particular part, but let's get a little advice from Spirit here. Let's use the Key Oracle. Better boundaries, communication. So creating boundaries requires self-love and discipline. It's not about you shutting people out or being unkind. Oh my gosh. It's about you telling them you care enough about yourself to create boundaries that are for your highest good. I love this deck. Clear communication is needed to keep your boundaries intact. That's it. Okay, that's the energy I'm picking up on here. This is why I use oracle cards too, because it can, like, it's amazing. I mean, these are divinely guided readings, divine guidance, first card out, right? These are divinely guided readings, and it's no coincidence ever the cards that come out. And this one, trying to pick up on that energy, I was trying to explain it. This is what it is. It all comes down to, for some of you, creating those boundaries. It's like we don't want to appear cold and be that no person. We want to make peace and make everybody happy. A lot of us, empaths, particularly Libras and Cancerians too, I feel, and there are others too, but I'm just saying what I think right now. But yeah, it's like we can't date everybody. We can't take every job. We can't make everybody happy all the time, right? So sometimes it's like you gotta let somebody down, unfortunately. But don't let it be you. Don't be the one to let yourself down. All right. You don't have to listen to me, by the way. I'm just tarot lady and tarot land. You don't have to do anything I say. False narrative, discernment. So be mindful of the story you're telling yourself. Having a negative narrative is destructive and simply not true. I just said, don't be the one telling yourself no. Stop listening to your ego-based story that's laced with falsehoods and old conditioning. For every negative thing you say, counteract that by saying 3 positive words. See the truth of who you are, which is wise, magnificent, and radiant. One more, because these are so great. And abundance here, security. You have a feather and you have golden eggs in a nest. I mentioned feather. Money is energy like anything else. You want it to flow and not feel trapped. Trusting that the universe will take care of you gives off the energy of abundance and expectancy in every dollar you receive. Know that you're supported and the money will flow. Okay. There, I mean, I feel like you're getting your money message here with this one, obviously. Abundance can come in many forms, though, but this specifically talks about relationships, and this one specifically talks about your relationship to yourself, and the abundance card talks about, career and money and all that. So let's get some divine direction cards. I'm loving the looks of these cards. I feel like it is a good week. Okay. Oh my gosh, look at this. Back on track. Yep. Maybe time to reassess your goals and lay a proper foundation to help you get back on track. Develop a new strategy. Yep. Develop a new strategy. And connection. You'll sense an energetic connection with someone. Trust it. Their company will bring many blessings. That's great. And one more. Say yes. Oh my gosh. So it's so funny because I'm going to lay that down on the no column. It says no, say yes. So take a chance and say yes to that offer. Yes to romance. And yes, you are ready for this. Incredible. All right. Let's get some animal cards for you, or an animal card. Lizard. Aligning to eternity, card 46, crown chakra. Don't let time or space limit you. Believe that everything is possible now. Be open to magic and miracles. Again, don't be that stumbling block in your own way, right? Get out of your own way, Libra. Sometimes we need to get out of our own head. One more. Black Panther, Radiance, card 41. Third eye chakra. Come out of hiding. Let your light be seen. It's time to leave your hermit's cave and reconnect with the world. Oh, that's funny. Because we do have the hermit here. But we go from the hermit in this column all the way to the fool. Right? So sometimes we need to put ourselves out there, even though it can be scary, right? All right. Okay, let's see. What else do we have? Let's see. Is there anything else? No, I think like we kind of talked about. Let's get a few fortune cookies as far as like money cards. Oh, there's something flipped over. What flipped? What? Maybe something didn't. No, something did flip. Okay. It's opportunities. A stranger is about to change your life. Interesting, because you have that person over here. Connection, right? Exciting times and plenty of action, plus a family reunion looks likely. All right. Great. Okay. What else? Care required. So guard yourself against deception. Be careful of making foolish mistakes. And property. How was this flipped upright too? Okay, that's interesting. It was like already flipped on top. All right. Property. A purchase of property or sale for many, but heed security concerns in any transaction. So be safe. Be smart. Okay. Looks good. And angel number. If you enjoy this reading, please do like, subscribe, leave a comment. Members, I will be, oh, look at that. I will be posting a video for you tomorrow. Members only. 555, sign of transformation. You can expect the unexpected. All right. And again, I think it's like, it could be an unexpected connection. It could be saying yes to something actually leads to something great. Like you can't imagine, again, I keep saying, it's like what this reading feels like. You can't imagine how much better you're going to feel once you've closed this chapter and started the new one, or changed your focus, or again, developed a new strategy, like with this card, back on track. But I do feel you're back on track. I do feel a lot of you are. coming out of a time where you're assessing things maybe. Remember, good boundaries, use discernment, and know that abundance is heading your way. So that's what I have for you. And thank you so much for being here. And if you're interested in your other signs, check out my second channel, Mantic Mystic Messages. And it actually could be considered kind of an extended of this reading if you haven't seen it already. It posted yesterday morning. But yeah, there could be more messages for you there. Thanks for being here. Take care.